Hello and welcome to Fact or Fiction, a show where we discuss what made the news this week and whether it was real or not. I'm Suyash Barve and with me is Jancy Jacob from Boom. Hi Jancy.
Hi Suyash.
Alright, let's start this week with Punjab National Bank. Now they've been in the news for all the wrong reasons because of the Nirav Modi scandal, but it seems the WhatsApp news network, a term that I just coined, doesn't feel they've gotten enough negative coverage. This past week, a WhatsApp forward claimed that the RBI has frozen all of PNB's accounts and customers can now only withdraw 3,000 rupees at a time. Jancy, it's demonetization all over again. All our nightmares have returned. Is this true? What's going on?
You know, Suyash, just think about it. Punjab National Bank is the country's second largest PSU bank after State Bank of India. Imagine its network. Imagine, you know, the one of the oldest banks, the kind of, you know, huge network it has. Anyone in his right mind, you know, should not be believing this hoax at all. Because if the RBI ever puts out any such notification and says that only 3,000 rupees can be withdrawn, there will be a run on the bank, and not just a run on PNB, but on a run on all state banks. You know, now this is, you know, we are living on the edge at the end of the day. We are actually living on the edge with so many NPA issues, so many, you know, negative news coming out, nearly, you know, this huge fraud that is being talked about by PNB. The last you require is this kind of a WhatsApp message. And I also received this. Someone sent it to me.
Panic,
Yes, someone sent it to me and asked me, you know, should we go out and withdraw money? I said, no, look at it. And this is just for the benefit of our viewers. If you ever receive a message like this, please go on to the RBI's official website and check out, because whenever this has happened in the past, where RBI has put up any restriction on any banking operations, they have always informed the public. It is imperative on their part to do it, and they always do it. And they put out a notification, they send out a release to everyone in the media, and the media is obviously going to pick up if there's a news like this. And that's all you require. Even before you send this out, because you may think you're only sending it out to one person, please do some amount of Google search. Go to the RBI's official website and check it out. They're extremely efficient in this, in these issues, and you will find out that there is no such notification, which means there's no need to forward this at all.
Now, Jancy, I know you said that, of course, this seems unbelievable, but to the common man who's also suffered through demonetization, which where the drink was quite direct, they've seen these kind of rumors come to life almost.
Right.
They've seen this sort of like sea change in the banking system happen overnight, literally. So you can understand why this went so viral.
Yes, and also in the context of some months back, we had this about the FRDI bill and saying that your deposits can be pulled in if tomorrow if the bank makes a loss. You know, in that context, I do understand that it's a very scary scenario, and for senior citizens and for people who actually believe that, you know, PSU banks are the last bastion of trust, and, you know, the last institution that you can trust. These are very difficult times, but I would say, you know, before forwarding such messages, do some amount of Google search, or probably get in touch with Boom and with, you know, our helpline number is there. Please get in touch with us. We will tell you whether it is true or not.
Right, so the solutions are simple. There is no need to panic. That WhatsApp forward, like most WhatsApp forwards, is false. Now, we all know how much the fake news brigade loves to hate on Pakistan. We've seen a million fake news stories about that country. But this story is just plain absurd. Jancy, there's no other way to put this. Has Pakistan adopted Mandarin as one of its official languages?
Okay, Suyash, first of all, is it Chinese language or is it Mandarin?
There's only Mandarin. There's no such thing as Chinese as a language. There is Mandarin and there is Cantonese. Mandarin being the more popular.
That's the first thing that people should have noticed. You know, that everyone was saying that, you know, it's Chinese language being adopted as a official language. And
doesn't exist. It's like people speaking Indian.
Okay,
it's the same level of racism.
And here's the context to this. We know that the Pakistani senator called Khalida Parveen, she's the one who came out with this resolution saying that all present and future employees of CPEC, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, they should have mandatory courses on Mandarin. Because
which only makes sense. They're going to use the communication. They're going to deal with the Chinese.
Yes. And this is also a forum where, you know, which is looking after all the investment that is coming from China into Pakistan. Now, these may be billions of dollars, and they want to ease the communication and also want to, you know, cozy up with China, because obvious rivalry with India. Also want to ensure that all Chinese investments are coming in and there's no miscommunication, which is why they want to speak in their language as well. So it's in that context that Mandarin should be made mandatory for all these employees.
Small committee, that the members
community
of
that people, you know, and employees working there. But look at all these handles who have gone out and tweeted out, including Shekhar Gupta as well. All my respect for him as an editor, that stays. But I don't know how he fell for this.
It's a very long list of major news or sources that have fallen for this story.
I don't even know where to start because you can see everyone. Now the reason also being that it is ANI, the wire service, who picked up this, from a Pakistani channel called Ab Tak, who put out this video first, and they wrote an entire story. And we know how it happens. Once a news agency writes a story, everyone picks it up without doing any fact checking of their own. And this is exactly what we reminded you all in the 2018 trends video, which we had done at the beginning of the year, about how fake news will spread. And this is how mainstream media websites also fall for this kind of fake news.
That story, like a made in China product in the 1990s, is fake. Now, Jency, I have enough trouble as it is remembering people's phone numbers. It's 10 digits. It's hard enough as it is. But will I now have to remember 13-digit mobile numbers? Is that what's happening?
Okay, first, an honest admission. I remember my number and my wife's number because it's mandatory to keep the marriage going. So those are two numbers I remember.
I remember only one number.
But apart from that, I don't remember, I can't remember any other numbers. And if 10 becomes 13, I'll forget my own number.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, So, when this forward came, and this is a BSNL circular which came out saying that for all M2M numbers, it's going to change from 10 to 13 from July onwards. It created a panic because at the everyone is very conscious about their numbers and they don't want too much changes because now portability is also there. You can port your numbers.
It's generally a pain to have a 13-digit phone number.
And that's why I think this created a lot of confusion. In fact, across the board, again, just like the previous story, you have had all news websites who put out the story because everyone thought that this is a very obvious one, right? There's a circular BSNL putting out 10 to 13. No one could think about anything else.
And as we all know, BSNL sends out their circulars exclusively on WhatsApp.
But there's one catch here because it was M2M. Now, if someone would have done some amount of research and would have asked some telecom experts called BSNL and asked them, that's a basic fact checking.
Jency, are you mad? Who is going to call BSNL?
That's a basic fact checking.
If you would have done. I only WhatsApp them for information.
So you would have realized that this is M2M, which means that this is a communication which happens between machines for a lot of these commercial products and a lot of the commercial businesses that they run. And this has no human intervention at all. For them, BSNL has put out a circular saying that from 10 to 13, in fact, there's so much of panic. They also had to put out, a clarification saying that this is not for your, for your own numbers, your personal numbers, but this is only for a certain section of the business that they run in, and that's where you have to be. So, be assured, your numbers are not changing as of now. It's only for businesses and for people who are involved in M2M.
That's it. Once again, a WhatsApp forward that's completely false. Alright, that wraps it up for this week. You can find each of the stories we've covered today on boomlive.in. You already know where to follow us. You can also subscribe to our Boom Live broadcast by WhatsApping us on this number. You can also use that number to WhatsApp us a story that looks dubious or you think might be fake, so we can tell you whether it's fact or fiction. Thanks, Jency.
Thanks, Yash.
Alright, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.